Three, two, one. Yo, yo, welcome in. Much love. How are you? How's it going? Back with a standard deck tech update. Naya, Spider, Marvel. Welcome in. Much love. This deck is probably the best deck in standard right now after it fucking crushed the SCG Invitational. Jacob Baugh taking it down with my teammate in the mastermind, Ben Friedman, coach in the mastermind, getting second. Marvel taking 5 out of 8 spots, Green Red Marvel. Marvel taking 4 out of 8 spots in Madrid. Marvel taking, I believe, 2 out of 8 spots in the Denver. So we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about the updates. I called it. Obviously, this deck is insane. I didn't invent it. Niels Norlander did very well with it at the Pro Tour. It was sleeper. I exposed it. We started working on it. Sean Pottinger, also in the mastermind, came up with Chandra. That was him. Traverse was me. And White for Nahiri. Shout out to Jacob Baugh for that. So you're seeing crowdsource really develop it. We'll talk about Sigarda as well. So first of all, is this deck? How do you hate this deck out? Well, we're talking competitive standard right now, and I'm also going to say like the Pro Tour is 7 weeks away. If things don't change too much, I would just play this deck, and I don't really care if people know it. I don't think it's very easy to metagame against. Like, you can practice against it, I suppose, and there's a good chance things do change and I play something else, but this deck is the real deal. It's really fun to play. It's got epic late game. It's got decent early game. It's very consistent, and it's just the type of deck that I like to play. A combo deck that is also a control deck that has insane, unbeatable late game. So you have the Marvel and you have Emrakul, and that is the primary game plan, I suppose. Or the primary game plan is Harness Lightning, Servant for a fast Planeswalker, Ishkanah to spread wide. I'm still not playing Ulamog. That is one way to win the mirror. I should maybe have one in the sideboard. Those of you guys who haven't yet come around to Traverse, y'all are fucking up. This is possibly the best card in Standard. It's like green Demonic Tutor. It is better than green Sun Zenith. It is the best card in Black Green Delirium. Emrakul is not the best card in Black Green Delirium because you have 4 Traverse, 1 Emrakul. That makes the whole deck work. It is insane here. I don't know how you play 4, but we easily could. You don't need more than 2 mountains. Cut them for Traverse. You will not be disappointed. You'll be very happy. When you Marvel and you brick, but there's a Traverse there instead of a mountain, at least you can untap an Emrakul. I'm playing Grapples because the deck needs more instants. Delirium is key to casting faster Emrakuls, so I've got 4 Harness Lightning, and since I have Attune and Traverse, I'm not going to play Tormenting Voice, I'm going to play Grapple for instant count. The deck's also gotten better at Delirium now that we're playing more Planeswalkers. And Nahiri is a fucking house. She's not really the primary reason for white. That might be Sigarda. Nahiri's a fucking house. This card is ridiculous in the mirror match. It exiles Marvel, and exiles a tapped Emrakul, and ramps to a fast Emrakul. Um, you're often spinning Marvels back and forth, so actually being able to just minus and exile a Marvel is a big deal. Oftentimes you can take an Emrakul hit, and you can exile it. Um, and that is the main. I'm not playing any Trackers main. I'm not playing World Breaker. I want to keep it lean. I've got the hubs. I've got Evolving Wilds. I've got 20 lands. Let's move on and talk about the sideboard. So the main reason that we decided to be white is for Sigarda. I think Nahiri's a better main deck card, but Sigarda is really important in the mirror match and against green-black. It gives you hexproof, which is a big game. Hexproof protects you from Emrakuls. Again, if you play the mirror, you see there's Emrakuls flying back and forth. Sometimes many Emrakuls, also against green-black. Having protection from the Emrakul's ability, preventing them from wrecking you, is a big deal. It's very good. It also happens to just be a good card, and it's a fine main deck inclusion because at 4/5 it's bigger than Avacyn, it blocks, and it has a nice go wide versus aggro if you're able to untap by spreading 1/1 tokens. Few things. I'm playing 4 Galvanic Bombardments, 2 Kozilek's Return, and I highly recommend if you want to be competitive to play this. Tears of Valakut is not really better than Galvanic Bombardment. That matchup is more about tempo than anything. We see how the metagame's adapting. Things are getting faster. Blue-white decks are getting faster. They're playing Scrounger. They're playing Exemplar. Tears of Valakut is not even as good as Galvanic Bombardment in that matchup. And 4 bombardments is very necessary to have game versus the black-red aggro decks, which are rising up, the Mardu vehicles, which have solid game against green-red if you're too slow. Very important. I went and bought the Kozilek's Return for the same reason, because I know the meta is getting faster. And then I'm playing 2 Dynavolt Towers in the sideboard, which looks a little bit insane. And one of these could definitely be an Ulamog to improve the mirror match. Tower is a little bit of a pet card, but is actually quite good against these aggro decks because it gives you another energy outlet and another energy producer and allows you to win the long game. If you look at how the deck actually is configured, it has tons of instants and sorceries, Attune, Traverse, Grapple, Harness Lightning, and if you sideboard in the Bombardment Kozilek's Return package, you're taking out permanents more than not, and Dynavolt Tower it becomes very nice. Although, again, I think 1 Ulamog here would be fine. Got a Nissa, and then keeping the 4 trackers. Tracker's very good. You'll notice I'm not playing Natural Slate or Appetite. You could play those cards. I advise to, in general, not play Narrow Answers at all, ever. I just don't think it's good. I don't think it's a good way to win because as often as you natural state a copter, it's just stuck in your hand. As often as you appetite a marvel, it's just stuck in your hand because if they only have 8 or 4 targets in their deck, then there's such high odds that it just is irrelevant. So I would rather play World Breaker for that effect because at least it's always good, it's always proactive. I just encourage you to not play cards like Fragmentized or Natural State. Really not a fan of it. That's why I play Bombardment over Tears of Valakut, because I want something I'll sideboard in all day. Bombardment is not narrow. It is extremely wide in application against many, many, many different decks, and you know that you will sideboard it in. It'll be useful. So this is my update. This is what I'm playing. This is what I think is the most competitive in Standard right now. And that's about it. Join me for matches coming today. And let me know if you like this, you don't like it, if you want to see more casual stuff or whatever. But my content, I know it's changed as I qualified for the Pro Tour. It's gotten more about competitive, but that's where I am. So I will speak with y'all soon. Much love. See you in the comments. And make sure if you want to build better decks, follow the link in the description to the free course. Get the ebook. It will help you. I promise you'll build way better decks and play better Magic. So thank you all. Much love. Speak soon. Peace.